On board 2, St. Louis's other 2700, the Quang Liem, won after some adventures against Levan Bregadze, former Lindenwood Lion and current UMBC Retriever. Yes, that's right, UMBC is called the Retrievers. Not that I think that it's such a ridiculous name, it just makes me wonder. What do they retrieve exactly? Maybe points? I don't know. Let's get on to the game. The good old King's Indian, Bishop g4 is a sideline. And now here, f5 is a move which at first sight looks outrageous to me, because white is going to play h5, h takes g6, and wants to checkmate the king. Why are you enabling white by giving him the option to open even more lines? But there is a method to Levan's madness. Even this move, which continues to show disdain for this wonderful thing called development, has its clear purpose. a4, a3, d3, knight c5. Now we're finally bringing the knights into better positions. And now white takes on f5, opening up even more lines like I said before, and now e4. And the justification for black's strategy may be beginning to shine through, because now that black has played a4, a3, this diagonal is super soft. And black can even think of bringing the queen to f6, and then if this queen, gets to b2 or a1, that's bad news bears. White goes bishop c5, intending to win the pawn on e4, dc5. But the position is so complicated, it's hard to find the best move here. F takes g6, as it turns out, which Quang played, is not it. Neither is knight e4. Actually, knight e4 is a lot worse than fg6, because after rook e8, the knight is pinned to the queen. And there's really nothing white can do to deal with this threat of knight takes e4, queen f6. Happy fun time for black, to say the least. Instead, bishop takes e4 is the way to go. As after rook e8, queen f3, knight e4, knight e4. There is no queen f6 immediately because the knight is covering it, and if rook e4, queen f6, queen e6 forces the trade of the queens, and black is completely busted. Instead, black can play queen e7, and now white has this resource f6, which forces more trades. Rook e1, rook e8, not that rook, other rook. Here, king c2. White is up a pawn and has every prospect of winning this endgame. Instead, white goes fg6, allowing the strong move queen d6. Although it's not a very forcing move, so it's kind of hard to understand immediately why it's a strong move. In fact, I probably can't even explain it. Bishop g4 was played because now neither capture on e4 is good. This is one of the benefits of the queen coming to d6, that now black can play rook e8. For example, with knight e4, queen e4, rook e8, queen h4, threatening the mate on h7, queen g6, let's get to the right move, queen g6, king c1, bishop f6, and bishop g5 is going to be embarrassing for white. Or if bishop e4, knight e4, queen e5, now the resource f6 doesn't exist anymore because the pawn on f5 went to g6, so white is totally busted. The white goes bishop g4, allowing knight g4, queen g4. There are several possibilities besides rook f2. For example, bishop c3, queen h3, queen g6, queen c3 would not be so great for black because white is still a pawn ahead and black's king is weaker, especially now that white has managed to occupy the a1ha diagonal, so that he is not going to get checkmated. Okay, rook takes f2 was played, knight e4, queen e5. Now white is compelled to go for the trade of queens, and now rook b2, king c1. This is the final critical moment of the game. Levan played bishop d4, which turns out to be the costly mistake. If he had played the obvious rook a2 instead, then white would have nothing better than e7, rook a1, king c2, rook a2. Now white can either take a draw by going back to c1, or he can play risky, go king d3. But now the problem is white has no threat. Rook d8 is being blocked by this king, so black can just take on g2. Then if king e3, now black can block the file with the bishop, and then take the pawn on g6, and white is not doing so well. Which is why I think white would have been best served to just take the draw right here. Okay, they were probably both under time pressure at this point. I'm not sure because I didn't watch the games live, unfortunately. Too busy with schoolwork. Oh well. But after bishop d4, white has this very strong exchange sacrifice, rook d4. It's also forced, but still, it's very powerful. cd4, rook h7. Now all of a sudden, black's king is weak once again. The threat is knight f6. Rook f8 is forced. Now rook f7, ef7. These passed pawns are so strong. Black is totally busted here. Knight c5, threatening knight e6. Then rook e2, knight d7, threatening to queen the pawn. Rook f2, c5 is the final touch, because now this pawn on d4 cannot receive protection by c5, which means that white is pretty much free whenever he wants to go f8 queen, transpose to the pawn endgame, and then just simply win. So understandably, Levan resigned. Yeah, that's a tough loss for the Kingfishers, considering how close Levan came to actually doing his job as a retriever and getting that badly needed half point for their team. Instead, Quang wins once again, giving him the sole lead in the MVP race through 6 weeks, and also St. Louis's board 2 is currently a perfect 6-0 to start. I mean, damn.